Hello, hello. This is Tanya with Tonya Made Life, and I'm here to do a week 8 update on my Zepbound weight loss journey. Thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you for my new viewers. Thank you for tuning in. I'm working on this consistency thing, praise the Lord. So, thank you very much. My goal is to upload at least one new video on the channel every week. And as an FYI, I'm actually doing two series right now. I'm doing the Zepbound weight loss journey, but I am also doing my Making Home series. Finally posting some content from my move and some of the creative home renovation work. So check that out if that's something that interests you as well. Now, back on to the Zepbound journey part. So week 8, excuse me. So we got allergies down here in the South, so my apologies in advance. I'll try to keep the coughing and sneezing to a minimum. But okay, so just completed week 8, and that is 8 weeks on Zepbound. I did a month. I think I did a month on the 2.5 milligram starter dose. And then I did another month on the 5 milligram dose, and I'm still on the 5 milligram dose. So that's where I am. One thing that did get added about 2 weeks ago, after I am taking metformin. So this is about the second full week on the metformin in conjunction with Zepbound. And I feel like I am seeing kind of the weight loss accelerate a little bit. So I'm grateful for that. By the grace of God, y'all, I prayed, and the Lord is answering my prayers that I have not had any side effects whatsoever. I think I may have in the first week might have belched one time, but that's pretty much it. No constipation or anything. But if you look at the before the shot video where I talked about the things that I put in place before I even took the first one to try to limit that, and I thank God that obviously it's working for me. So things that I noticed this week, and I'm gonna look over here because I have to take notes because it's just a whole lot going on. So some of the things I know this week, kind of got off with my eating a little bit. Not eating my fruit the way I was, because I was eating like 2 big bowls of fruit and plain Greek yogurt. And I mix it with a little cinnamon, some crushed up walnuts. And if the fruit isn't sweet, I may add a little sprinkling of monk fruit sweetener in there, because of course grapefruit, Greek yogurt, if you haven't had it, it's very tangy and twangy and kind of has a little slightly vinegary undertone. So if you have that with tart fruit, then yeah, so it needs a little sweetness to kind of balance that out. So one thing like I said, when I noticed when I'm eating a lot of fruit, I did not have the sweet cravings, and I ran out and didn't have time to go to the store. And so I noticed, I think I had 2 Hershey's candy bars at work one day. Enjoyed every piece of them, and I'm not a candy bar person, but when I'm learning, I'm beginning to kind of evaluate every food choice to see, okay, I'm finna cheat. I'm finna eat some I probably don't need to eat. I'm gonna eat it, get it over with, move it over. So what is the best thing or the least worst thing I could eat? And when I was kind of looking at labels, actually I think Reese's peanut butter cups have everything there, and a plain old milk chocolate Hershey's bar. And a lot of that, excuse me, a lot of that, because they don't have flour in them. Flour is horrible. It is, this flour is really horrible. So if you get rid of flour, you're like, what is a candy bar? It's really, except for the sugar, it's a keto thing, because it's basically fat with chocolate and sugar. That's what's in a Hershey's bar. And of course, it's some other stuff in there, but overwhelmingly it's that. So and if you limit the sugar, then it's really you can kind of, it would kind of be a lower carb thing versus a honey bun or something that has like 600 calories in it, boatload of carbs, zero fiber, and all of that. So I do remember that, and so I know for next week I'm definitely hitting the fruit up, hitting the yogurt up, and kind of get back to what I was doing before. Oh Lord, just yawning. Ooh, y'all, I'm so sorry, but hey, that is recording. We're gonna let it go. I can't stop every time I yawn. But anyway, so I noticed that. What else did I notice? I'm not meal prepping. You know, I admire people who do that, but y'all, no, I just no. Now, when I cook, that's a whole nother level of commitment to first put it in a bunch of little containers. But a couple of things, I don't really like taking food to work. I don't know, something about it. Not nothing major. I do it every now and then. So I'll cook and I'll just kind of leave it in the pans or put it in a little glass dish in the fridge and then just take it out as I need to. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Why am I yawning, y'all? But anyway, and I ain't sleepy. I got plenty of sleep last weekend. Oh, this, yeah. So, but anyway, so I noticed that when I do fix my food, and I'll show kind of a staple dish of mine, which is a lean chicken, usually a chicken thigh, seasoned, popped in the air fryer with, this time I had a roasted sweet potato, roasted sweet potatoes that I mashed and put in a little cinnamon and a little bit of butter and put a little date sugar. Date sugar actually is what I happened to see that, I think, at a fresh market, and I picked up some of that as another alternative sugar. So I had that, and then I had, what's my green? What was my green? Oh, sauteed spinach, fresh spinach with garlic. So that's a pretty well balanced meal thing, you know. So if I can just kind of keep that going, you know, and I like leftovers. So once I make something like that, like I think I had like 6 chicken thighs. I think I may have had 3 or 4 sweet potatoes. So that will last me for like 3 or 4 days, you know. Added that to the fruit for snacks, and I don't know what it is, maybe because I tend to stay up late. I like my bedtime snack, and so a lot of times my bedtime snacks will be fresh pineapple that I've chopped up, and I'll eat that. So yeah, the eating after, one of my goals was to eat everything before 6 or 7. Yeah, that is not working out. Sometimes I don't get home to 6 or 7, so like today. So yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning. I had to look that up. But anyway, so I'm trying to think, what else did I want to talk about this week? So the other thing, so my church, we have the women's department, we have 2 fast days a week. And it's not a complete fast all 24 hours. It's really just from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I know, you know, I try to, because we're not fasting for physical purposes, we're for spiritual purposes. And I've tried, you know, I try to stick to that. But I have to be honest. And this is kind of some mental head stuff. So usually before, you know, it's like, in my mind, it was like, okay, I cannot eat all day knowing this evening I'm going to have something really good. And so that was always there. I think now the challenge is, yeah, I don't, when I'm hungry, and I don't even sometimes be hungry, because, you know, if you eat late at night, I wake up in the morning, I'm not hungry, you know, I'm not really hungry. But I have to eat something to take the metformin, because they recommend you take it with food. But in any case, when I go long periods without eating, yeah, I don't always make the best food choices. So that's something. Why am I yawning? Oh my gosh, that's something that I need to work on, improving that, and that's a mental thing. That's ain't nothing but the devil. Ain't nothing but the devil. But anywho, so there's that. As you saw, I did lose weight. Well, let me put it this way, because I think been below 320. Let me see. Let me go back. And in case this is a re-record, for some reason the audio in the other video just I don't know what it was doing. Yeah, so 324 was the weight. So that's down 17 pounds. So the thing about that was coming off of this week where like I said, I did not have the best food week. That I had some just sweet sweets, and I didn't gain weight more than like or put it this way, I didn't gain weight really. And so that's something that's unique. Um, didn't go to the gym this week. We had really bad storms pretty much from Wednesday all the way through Sunday or Saturday night. We had rain, tornadoes, sirens going off like every hour. So the whole Mid-South from all the way down to in Mississippi all the way up to Missouri, just line of storms came through. And so we had a torrential, the way they describe a generational rain. So I did not go get out to the gym. But I want to try to get back on that for next weekend. I'm trying to work in more movement. And I said, I'm going to start doing some exercise videos, because if you look on my channel, I have one video that has over 10,000 views. And what is it, do you ask? This ratchet exercise video. I do not know why 10,000 people want to look at that. It was at my other house. It was some years ago, outside, breathing hard, shirt raising up, just completely, it's probably like 6 minutes long, but for some reason people love that video. So I was like, you know what, seeing that I need to be moving more anyway, I need to start doing more of that. So I'm gonna work on that for next week. So yeah, but I think that's everything I have in an update. Yeah, let me say, I think that's all that I can update you on. Yeah, I talked about the sweet cravings, metformin, and fasting, and meal prep. Yeah, so that is everything in this update. Again, this is a re-record because somehow the video recorded and there was no audio in it. Do not know how that happened, but here we go. So thank you to everyone who looked at the other videos, and yeah, check this one out. And yeah, also I want to put a plug in, because you can also visit my website, blog.tonyamadelife.com, to learn more. I'm going to be also writing blog posts there, and I'm working on some, I live on a computer, and so I type stuff up. Like I have a Word document that kind of has my grocery list of the things that I buy almost every time I go, or my normal, here are the things that I'm eating list that I always have. I just print out a new copy when I go. And I'm going to be putting those kind of things on the website where anybody can download them and see, if that works, and anything else that I kind of create to help myself manage this. Yeah. So I think that's all. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see you guys back prayerfully, hopefully, thankfully, for the week 9 update next week. And I will not be yawning in the name of Jesus next week. Bye-bye.